Hi, I'm Bob Bowen. I'm the president of the U.S. Bicycling Hall of Fame, which is now located in Davis, California. The Bike Hall of Fame started back in New Jersey in 1987, but it moved out here to Davis in 2010. And we have 3 floors of displays from Hall of Fame memorabilia to the history of the invention of the bicycle up to today. So the first bike was thought to have been seen in 1817, Baron von Drees in Germany and others. It was a bike where they took the wooden spoked wheels off of carriages, had an iron frame, put a little cushion on there, sat on top of it, and walked on the sides. No pedals at all. It was called a swift walker or a draisine. And very quickly they added pedals and a little bit of suspension, but a really rough ride. They were called bone shakers as well. So the Industrial Revolution comes along and they're figuring out how to make hollow steel tubing. And so the high wheel bike or the penny farthing or the ordinary comes about, where you have a huge front wheel. It's still direct drive, it's still a fixie. And people were riding, they were so popular, they would have clubs and they would ride from city to city and go into arenas and have races. But still, you have hard rubber tires on cobblestones, really rudimentary brakes, and it's a long way to fall off of these, but they were the latest in technology of the day.
You have often heard me sigh.
So because the high wheel bikes were so dangerous, eventually they create a way to transmit the pedaling power to a rear wheel through a chain that would snap. The metallurgy got better. So they create what's called a safety bike, where you're sitting between the wheels, lower to the ground, less far to fall. But in this particular bike from 1889, they still have hard rubber tires. The pneumatic tire, the inner tube, had not been invented yet.
I was tempted.
So with a safety bike around the late 1930s, early 40s, they start trying to figure out how to create gears, so a derailleur. So this bike from 1947 has a derailleur, but you had to reach back and actually shift the gears. And then eventually into the early 50s, you start having thumb shifters, where through cables, you're moving the chain onto a larger or smaller gear while you pedal.
Have you ever met Miss Lee?
So after World War II, the baby boom happens and people are moving to the suburbs and there's lots of roads to ride on. And so people start buying bikes made by Schwinn and by Raleigh and Peugeot. And not just 3 speeds, they go to 8 speed, they go 10 speeds, which are the highest in technology of the day. But a lot of people's first bikes were these baby boomer bikes back in the early 70s. We have so many more bikes and histories to tell here. Some surprises, bikes made out of really strange materials, and history of why bicycling at one point was the biggest spectator sport in America. So we invite you to come by and visit us and learn some of those stories about not only biking history, but American history.